What was Kenzie and Corbin doing? Like, I don't want to be reaching, but it just looked like it was the situation. The Hannah special. That's what it was giving to me. I'm just like, I would have put it past her. Like I said, I'm taking all bets. Kenzie's the first one to bust it wide open. Hey, kings and queens, it's your girl Pretty Lynn, and this is Pretty Lynn Sovereignty. If you're new here, welcome. If you're true here, welcome back. So today we're gonna get into another What's the Reality TV? What's the reality? What's the reality TV, Lord? We're gonna work on that being smooth, a smoother transition. You know, we're new here. We're new around here, so give us grace. Give us grace. Give us grace. But yeah, today we're gonna get into Love Island season 8, episode 8. Lord, this episode. You know what? Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Okay, so the episode starts off with Mel and Anaya having a conversation, having a chat about Soul and Sincere's kiss. Of course, Mel is upset because one, she's at risk and she feels like she's gonna be vulnerable. But if the women were on the winning side and it was more women compared to men, maybe she wouldn't have been so upset. Like, it's funny how now you're upset, but you was just a couple of episodes. And I'm just starting to think, I'm like, is production doing something? Because like, how would y'all know that he was a cowboy before he even spoke, unless like production had kind of did like an intro and said that he was a cowboy? Because I was thinking back, I'm like, she probably could have been telling the truth because she was doing like this. So I don't know. But of course, Mel is upset and she's talking to Anaya about it, and Anaya is giving her friend horrible advice like she always does, and is going to enable her and fill her with delusion. What's new? And Sincere, he tells Zach and Bryce about the kisses he had with Soul, and he pretty much told them that he enjoyed it, which was a different story from what he tells Mel. Your new name is Liar. So let's see. And then Mel just kept saying, like, I didn't do him 30 the way I could have. So if what you did to him wasn't dirty, I don't want to see how dirty you can get. Because, sweetie, that wasn't clean at all. What do you mean you didn't do him as dirty as you could have? I'm scared of you. Scared of you. And then Corbin, I just have in my notes multiple times, irritating cornball. I hated every second that he was on my screen. I wish that I can take those seconds back of my life. Like, I really wish I could. Like, seriously. And then Trinity and Bryce, they were having a conversation with each other about liking each other. And Trinity kept mentioning that she wanted them to be more affectionate with each other, and I'm just like, are y'all not affectionate? Like, I thought they were more affectionate than everybody else. I'm like, am I missing something? Am I missing something? I don't know. That was just odd to me. And then Gabriel, he tells Bea that he kissed both of the bombshells, and she was just like, she literally kept the same face, and she was just like, oh, okay. And then he was just like, you don't feel no type of way about it, whatever. And she's just like, look, you're grown. You're gonna do whatever you want to do, and me, I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do too. But like, if that's how you're moving, then okay. Like, now I know how we're moving. Like, clearly, And he kept saying, we talked about being open, yada yada. And she's just like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I respect the way she handled that. She handled that like a true gangster. Like a true gangster. She is a man on the inside, okay? Like, I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, she ate that up kind of, because I don't know if he was expecting a reaction out of her, but she was just not gonna give that to him. Like, nah, you don't deserve that. But I'm just like, yeah, what did you expect out of Gabriel? Like, there's no way you expected him to be loyal and closed off with you straight off the rip. There's no way you thought that. Come on, come on, sister girl. Leia talks to Kaya Kata and Trinity, and she tells them that Gabriel kissed both of the bombshells. And like their reaction was insane. Like they were all going crazy, like, what? 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 And then the bombshells were just looking at the girls like, what are they doing? I don't know. The house is low key giving divided. I feel like it's starting to give those vibes. I don't know. And then Melanie ends up coming over to join the girls. And she's just like, I got tea, I got tea, I got gossip, whatever. And, they're talking, whatever. And then, she's like, Melanie's like, yeah, Sincere kissed Soul twice. Or not twice, he kissed Soul, or whatever. And they all were just like jumping, like, what? What? All these dudes, da da da. I'm just like, y'all are surprised that Gabe kissed the bombshells? Like, are y'all missing something that we're not as an audience? Like, how is that surprising? And then Gabriel, he told the guys as well. And the guys all thought it was funny, whatever. And they're like, "Oh, did you tell her?" And he was just like, "Ah, I told her I was open. I kissed both of them. Both of the bombshells. Yeah, yeah. Get him out, officer. It was him." And then Bea was talking about like, she ain't tripping or whatever because she keeps for medals, not men. You compete for women. Anywho, and then later on in the dressing room, while they were all like, winding down for the night, getting ready for bed, Flo was just in there like she just exudes confidence, and she was just like, "Look, I gotta do what I gotta do. Like I ain't worried about none of this. I came here for a reason, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So I don't care whose toes I'm stepping on. Like I didn't care. Like she was impressed at all." And then Kenzie was annoying me this episode because all she would talk about is, I'm not used to having a roster. Having a roster is just so much for me to handle. Like all these guys just want me all at once. Like it's just so much for me to handle because I like this guy and then I like this guy. Honey, there's only two men. And one of them don't count. Corbin don't count. He's a bot. But there's only two men. That is not a roster. That is not a roster. I need you to look up the definition of a roster and then reevaluate your situation and then determine if it still applies to you. Because I beg to differ on your current take of it. Carrying on. Child, anyway. All right. And then they all wind down, go to bed or whatever. One thing I did notice, what was Kenzie and Corbin doing? Like, I don't want to be reaching, but it just looked like it was the situation. The Hannah special. That's what it was giving to me. I'm just like, I wouldn't put it past her. Like I said, I'm taking all bets. Kenzie's the first one to bust it wide open. She gonna be the first one to give it out. She gonna give it out like freaking gift cards. She's gonna be the first one. Okay, I just know it already. Okay. And then next you see that Brandy, which is Bryce and Trinity, they're kind of experiencing like mixed feelings this whole episode. And I'm just like, wow, when I'm finally starting to buy it, I didn't give much. I only gave $1. But why when I started to buy it, y'all started to disappoint me. And I'm just like, bro, I'm losing hope. I am losing hope in this season. Like, I'm losing hope on these connections. I really am. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, why are you just so confused? Like, I feel like their communication was just like, okay, they were communicating, but I just feel like their comprehension of where each other are at currently is just not sinking in. Like, it's just not sinking. I don't know. They're communicating pretty well, but I just feel like they're just not on the same page. And I was really rooting for them. I was really starting to root for them. But that's life. And then Melanie, and Sincere have a chat or whatever, and all the feels. I feel like all the feelings really be coming out, bro. The crash outs be coming out, and everybody to see at that. And Melanie, she starts talking to him or whatever, and she dang near starts to crash out because Sincere tells her that because she asked Sincere like, how many times have y'all kissed? Like, has it been more than once? And Sincere told her like, yeah, it was like twice. I think she's thinking that the two times happened in the speakeasy at the same time on that same day, but she doesn't know that it happened in speakeasy and it happened in Say Less at two separate times. And I don't think she knows that, and she's gonna crash out once she finds out. Um, and then Melanie was talking about some, like of course after the kiss, the trust is kind of not there as much anymore. Melanie, was the trust ever there? I don't think it was ever there, if I'm being honest. So please save it for somebody else. Um, and then I was just like, Sincere was really pissing me off per usual. He does it every episode. Sincere then lies to Mel and pretty much tells her that he's not interested in talking to Soul. He's only interested in moving forward with their relationship and building their connection, and he doesn't want to miss out on their connection. Blah 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 blah. Lies 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 lies. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I like you so much, Sincere. And she sits on him, and they kiss, whatever. And it's like as they hug, you just see the emptiness in his face. And I'm like, this man is a liar. He is a liar. And I was just like, oh yeah, he's pissed me off. I don't rock with him at all. Cause he's just my thing is, if you're gonna do something, stand on it. Don't say it's one thing and then turn around and it's something else. Like, I don't rock with that at all. Like, I just don't. And then I really think he's afraid of Mel. Like, seriously, that's what it's starting to give. Like, you're afraid of her. I don't know. And then, you know, not too long after that, guess who's walking up the soul ties together? Soul and Sincere. They get into soul ties and immediately just become connected. The way they're laid up in soul ties is like they've been together forever. And the way he was just caressing on her, you know, and like touching her ear, this, that, and the third, I'm like, ain't no way this lady has that man like that. Because I'm just like, that's literally how my man be caressing and touching up on me. So I'm just like, what's going on here? That's crazy work. I don't know. And the fact that she told him like, "Oh yeah, I think your name is very fitting." Are you being sarcastic? There's no way you're being for real. How is his name very fitting for him? Like, it's not giving that at all. Like, what are you? Are you joking? Are you being for real? There's absolutely no way. I don't know. And like just the way Sincere was acting, I'm like, this man is so easy. He is so easy. He's just literally, it's like he's getting that kid feeling, if you know what I mean. I'm just like, look, I'm not the biggest Mel fan, but like the least you could do was just be honest with her, or at least be sincere with her. Like it just wasn't given that at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's afraid, scared, what. And then Caleb, he's only there for Kenzie, and I feel like that could either be good or bad on his part because one, if Kenzie doesn't have anything going with Corbin for much longer, he'll get a chance, right? And then it's also bad because you're putting all of your eggs in her basket, and she may not, move forward with you. So like that's kind of like a risky thing to do so early into, the villa, and you're a bombshell, you know what I'm saying? And like you have no other connection. So that's just a very risky thing to do because it doesn't look like or seem like he's trying to explore anybody else except for Kenzie. And I'm just like, look, good luck. And then Corbin, he's a cornball, okay? So Mel, of course, since she sees Sincere and Soul chatting it up, she instantly was like, oh, I'm gonna go pull Corbin. So she pulls Corbin for a chat. And, they're talking, whatever. Not too long into the conversation, Corbin's like, "Can I get a kiss?" Between you and Gabriel, I am utterly tired. I'm extremely exhausted. You see these bags in my eyes? It's because of y'all. I'm sick of it. Like I'm genuinely like just sick of it. And then of course Mel, well not of course cuz she she's she be going sometimes. But Mel was just like, "No, I want to wait because I want to be able to have a conversation with Kinsey about it because I want to make sure that, the kiss is genuine." And he's like, "Oh, so it's not going to be genuine?" She's like, "No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like I would rather have a conversation with my friend first before I do that." And he was just like, "Oh, okay, okay, whatever." He said, "Oh, so you're making me want it more now." I'm just like, this just disgusts me, truly. And then she went to Anaya and she told Anaya, like, don't tell her because I want to be the one to tell her first. So please. I'm like, I'm glad she clocked Anaya because Anaya do be on that stuff where when somebody tells her something, she runs and tells them. So it seems like Melanie has clocked that already. And she told her, Anaya's like, oh no, I'm not, I'm not. I'm just like, anywho. And then long story short, she ends up never really going to tell um Kinsey before Kinsey finds out. Okay. And she's still watching Sincere and Soul up in Soul Ties for so long, having a good conversation. And she's just like, they look perfect together. Like I just feel crap or da 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 da. And then I was just like, don't cry, don't cry. And then she started to walk her way on up there. And then, she was just like, oh, I'm gonna go up there, whatever. And I was like, oh well, do what you need to do what you gotta do, yeah. Then she starts walking up the stairs and Casey was just like, where you going? Where you going? And she's just like, oh, I'm just going to the makeup room or whatever. And Casey was like, no, come back here, come back here. He was just like, it's not worth it. You don't need to go up there. She's like, I just want to pull him for a chat. And he was just like, no, you need to let him finish having the conversation he's having. And whenever he's ready to talk, he'll talk to you. Like, don't go up there and reacting crazy when you don't need to be doing all of that. And that's when Anaya wants to come like, oh, come here, sweetie, like go, don't go up there, whatever. And then Casey had to tell her like, go follow her, like she don't need to be going up there. And that's when Anaya was just like, girl, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. What? So now you got a change of heart? Now you got a change of heart? Since when? You got a change of heart? Anaya, I'm sick of you. You're not being a good friend to her. You should have told her off rip. Why are you letting your man be the one to calm her down for you to clock in and realize that she doesn't need to go up there? Like you were literally convincing her to go up there. Why? Then again, I didn't see anything of Anaya and Casey this episode. Like they're just coasting. I don't know what they got going on. Whatever. And then next thing you know, it pans over to Corbin and Bea having a chat or whatever. And Bea was pretty much saying like, like I was interested in, talking to you to getting to know you more. And I'm like, their conversation just gave me homeboy vibes. Like y'all are two homeboys just chilling, chopping it up. Like it didn't give anything romantic. There were no sparks there. Bea, I'm afraid you may be at risk, girly. Because if Gabrielle is their only option, you have no options. The options are smaller than Kinsey's roster. Compared to you, Kinsey does have a roster. In fact, I think she does. Compared to you, compared to anybody else, nah. But compared to you, Kinsey does in fact have a roster. Yes, she does. She does. um, and then next thing you know, I forgot. I think was it Trinity. Trinity told Kinsey that you know, Mel had pulled Corbin for a chat and Corbin had asked for a kiss. She's like, what the? she had like a horrible reaction, and she was just like, what? You know what? Now I gotta chill off of Corbin. Like now I'm losing interest in Corbin because, why is he telling her that he wants to kiss her? Like what? And then why is Melanie pulling him for a chat? It seems like she only wanted to pull him for a chat because because she's mad at Sincere talking to Soul, which is not cool because like now like I feel some type of way because you didn't have a conversation with me or anything like that, and you're only trying to talk to Corbin because Sincere and Soul got whatever they got going on. And that's just weird to me. Granted, I can see both sides because first of all, Kenzie, you're exploring two connections. So I think it's fair for your connections to explore other people as well too, since you're not locked in on just one person. Granted, I do feel like Mel should have had a conversation with you, and I do feel like there may be ill intent behind Mel's intentions, but I think that ill intent is towards Sincere and not necessarily towards you. I do think that she was the one good thing she did out of the situation was try to talk to you about the kiss before doing it. But I do feel like, based on the way y'all are moving, I guess y'all have to ask permission first. I don't know. This island is just weird this season. Like the cast is just weird. Like y'all not what's it called? Y'all closed off. Y'all are not closed off, but it's giving closed off. I don't know. But I'm just like, oof, we total drama island, child. Total drama island. And then they all get ready for dinner or whatever, or I don't know, nighttime or whatever. They get put their nighttime gear on and beat their face. And then, everybody walks out or whatever. And then Kenzie, she clearly looks bothered and she pulls Mel for a chat. And Mel was like, oh, I'm so glad that you put me for a chat because I wanted to have a conversation with you anyway. And Kenzie was just like, mm-hmm. Like Kenzie she wasn't effing with it at all. Like her energy during this conversation was different from her energy since she stepped in the villa. Since she stepped in that villa, them eyes has been open, that mouth been open, them lips been perked. But like she was just like pissed. She was locked in and pissed. And I was just like, ooh, she not about to play with her. She's not to play with her. And then, Melanie was explaining her point of view of everything. And Kenzie was just like, it's like she wasn't buying it. She wasn't buying it at all. And then I'm just like, Kenzie, you mad because you about to lose one of the two portions of your roster, girlie? You a little threatened. So what happens if you lose one of the people from your roster? What will be considered? Just a connection, right? Since two people makes a roster, one person makes a connection. What happens? What's gonna happen then? You ain't gonna have bragging rights anymore, huh? Okay, girl. Okay. But they ended up settling that conversation or whatever. They hugged it out, said they loved each other, and moved on. Next thing you know, Bryce pulls Sincere to the dock to have a conversation, and he pretty much talks to Sincere and is just like, look, like I don't know if Trinity likes me for real. Like, she's just giving me mixed signals, mixed feelings. I'm not sure if she's feeling me for real, and I don't really want to put my eggs all in one basket. I've kind of been interested in Kata. She's, my number two. I find her attractive as well. We have great conversations. I'm thinking about getting to know her as well. And then Sincere was just like, oh yeah, like, if you want to explore that, explore that. That's what we're here for. Say like, make sure you have that conversation with Zach first before you do so. And he's just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna, do that, whatever. Then Bryce goes and he pulls Zach for a chat. And then and the crazy thing about it, he's saying he doesn't know if Trinity likes him. And every time he says he doesn't know if Trinity likes him, the camera pans over to like Trinity having a conversation with whatever group of people saying like, I really like him, but I just don't know if he likes me. And like, I'm just afraid of like, my feelings growing for him every day. And he may not be feeling me like that. Like, he's not as affectionate with me, etc., etc. And whole time on the other side, he's telling people that he doesn't feel like she likes him and he's trying to like, explore other people. I'm just like, Bryce, don't piss me off. Like I was just starting to donate pennies to y'all's foundation as a couple, and now y'all want to have problems. Like, this could be a good or bad thing. It can go either way. It could be a good thing because it'll make them realize, it can help their, you know, dynamic grow, or it can just tear it apart. So I don't know. We'll see. And then he talks to Zach, and Zach was just like caught off guard. He was just like, "Wait, what? You want to talk to Kata? Like, do you not feel like Trinity doesn't like you?" And he straight up told him like, "I don't think she likes you either. I think she's just coasting with you because you're what's comfortable to her. I think she's just coasting with you at the time, honestly." And then Zach was just like, "Well, this villain's ruthless," but he was just like, if you want to talk to Kata, by all means, go for it. But like, I'm pretty confident in our connection. But if you want to have a chat with her, go for it. And he was just like, dang, that's crazy because my best pal, I can do the accent, now wants to talk to girl, and he said he has feelings for Kata at this point. I'm like, oh, your feelings grow fast, boy. So that's that. Next thing you know, he pulls Trinity and tells Trinity the same thing. And he asks Trinity like, how are you feeling about it? And Trinity's just like, I'm not with it at all. Like, I'm just not like. And you can tell she was bothered, and I felt bad for her. But I don't know. Now I'm indifferent about them again. At first, I wasn't rock with it. I did not like it. I was like, I'm not buying it. Then I was just like, oh, okay, maybe I can donate $1 and a few cents. And then now, I don't know. I might need to hold my money in my pocket because I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see next episode if he does pull her, like how that dynamic works. Um, and then yeah, that was pretty much the end of the episode. Looks like next episode we're gonna be able to know what America voted for. Were y'all able to vote? When I was trying to vote, the website or the app crashed, and I just stopped. I just gave up. I said, you know what? Whatever America votes for, we're gonna rock and roll with it. Cause I ain't got the time, but I just hope that the people that I wanted to vote for end up being coupled up together, and that's just all I can say. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of What's the Reality TV? Okay, with your girl, Pretty Lynn. Okay, kings and queens. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this episode. Let me know what y'all think about this review, what y'all think about this episode, what y'all think is gonna happen next episode. Let's chat it up. So again, if you're new here, please subscribe, please like, help with the algorithm, help with this video getting out there. Um, and then yeah, and then follow me on my other social medias. My Instagram is LYLYNE dot as in a period 509. And then my TikTok is Miss Pretty Lynn. The Miss has a Z in it, so it's MZ and then Pretty Lynn. Just to see, the rest of my content that I do post out. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.